Hi, my name is Yamwa, that's Yam like yummy, Yamwa like kisses, and over 2020, I developed a hobby which can be argued to be a little bit of an addiction to plant care. Yes. During the feats of quarantine, I decided to surround myself with enough greenery to form my own jungle. And I don't have any regrets whatsoever. In fact, I also feel like a lot of people could say the same about their apartments during quarantine. In my time of becoming a plant mother, I've discovered that plants really are the superior living beings on this earth. They really just vibe, grow a couple new leaves, drink some water, chilling, getting that sunlight. Like, how can you live a happier lifestyle? If I were to be reincarnated in this next life, God, can you hear me? I would like to be a bird of paradise. Please, 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 in the tropical rainforest, please. I post some of my plants on Instagram and a lot of people ask me, oh, how are your plants doing? I saw your pothos was alive and well. What's it like now?
Let's get it.
So I decided to just come back here to make a small little synopsis videos of the plants that I have right now, the plants that have survived quarantine with me, the plants that I sing to, I talk to, I cry to on a regular basis, as well as give you a couple of tips and things that I've learned in my time as a plant mother. They're literally surrounding everywhere in my living space because I love the livelihood of having all the plants around me and all this greenery. And you know, it's good for the air, it's good for oxygen. I have humidifiers now, so it also just like, it makes it a really zen vibe, you know? And I want to help out any other plant care people that might be having a couple issues with some of the plants that I might have, and vice versa, because there's some of these plants that are not doing as well as I would like them to be. So any tips and advice would be great. So yeah, without further ado, cue the intro. Starting off with my beautifully golden croton. Originally, she was a little root bound. I got her from Walmart like a ridiculous amount of time ago. They were super cheap on the market. I just recently repotted her in a terracotta pot and I think she's doing a lot better. Pretty basic watering and does require moderate light to keep the color. Up next is my ponytail palm. I recently just got this plant because I am obsessed with the leaves on it. I love big hair. The bigger the hair, the bigger you know what I'm saying. So I was just obsessed with this plant. I also think it's really cool because it's a cacti, so you don't have to water her a lot. She's pretty manageable. I keep her on my coffee table. Super cute. Love her. Next is my pilea plant. It's also called the friendship plant because you can snip a little piece off of it and give it to a friend and it'll grow a whole new pilea, which is funny because that's exactly how I received mine. I think this plant's really interesting because of the leaves. It's got a UFO look, which I think is super great, and it grows wicked fast, especially in the proper lighting. This is definitely a plant that I would love some advice for. This is a calathea, and homegirl is very dramatic. I think she needs a lot more humidity than I give her, but she's beautiful. I fell in love with her leaves when I first saw her. I feel like I'm watering her right. I'm just not really sure 100% about why her bottom leaves are always decaying, falling off, crisping up, if you will. But I love her regardless. So any tips, any advice? Would love that. Thanks. The Monstera deliciosa, the plant that kicked off my addiction. I literally almost got this plant tattooed on my body because of how obsessed I was with it. The first time I ever saw this plant, I literally lost my mind. It's tropical, it's beautiful, the leaves are gorgeous, fluffy, it's always growing all the time. I literally had no choice but to get one. And this one I got on sale. Like, I literally cried. I cried. If you don't have one of these in your house, get one. They are easy to take care of as long as you have light. Highly recommend. The other Monstera addisoni. The holes are super cool on this plant. It grows really, really fast as well. I think I eventually want to put it on a trellis just because of how long the vines have already gotten. This is a good beginner plant too because it doesn't need crazy care and grows under fine conditions when there's enough light. Definitely a plant that was on my wish list for a while. Another plant I've been wanting for a while, but I did not realize how dramatic she would be. If you're going out of town, hydrate this plant. She needs it. That's why the leaves are so glossy. There's a lot of water in there. I'm trying to collect every single prayer plant variety that there is. I know this one looks a little busted, but she is growing. The leaves go down in the day and they go up at night, and it's just really weird to watch it move. Next is my philodendron Brazil. I was on the hunt for this plant for a while too. I think the leaves grow beautifully. I think this is a really good beginner plant as well, and I plan on propagating it and giving it to my friends. I mean, look at the color. Look at the color of those leaves. I'm done. Now, I do not have Birkin bag money yet, but I do have a philodendron Birkin. Philodendron Birkins are surprisingly more expensive than you'd think, so I had to get this one that was kind of struggling in the beginning, but since I've taken care of her, she's grown a lot. You know, plant mother things, never been broke. This rabbit hair fern is doing a lot better than it was before ever since I repotted it. Ferns need a lot of water, so I was very nervous to get one of these, but I think that it's doing a lot better. The leaves are super green, and it's giving me a lot more growth than it did. Next up is the plant that's gonna give me all the money that I need, Miss Money Tree. She is tall, she is voluptuous, and she's in charge. For feng shui purposes alone, you need to get this plant. Good vibes only. Listen up, all of my plant mothers who actually cannot keep their plants alive. This is your plant. Snake plants, everybody knows it. You literally can't kill them. They honestly do better when you leave them alone. Another calathea, but I'm embarrassed to show you this one up close because it's really dirty because I accidentally dropped it on my patio. But I just love the leaves on this one. It's a peacock plant. That's what it's also called. Yeah, I'm looking at this close up. Why is there so much dust on here? I'm so sorry. Anyways, this is my Majesty palm. I have 2 palm trees because I like to remind myself of my roots. At the end of the day, I'm a Florida girl, ride or die for show. I got a baby palm tree. This is a parlor palm. Again, I'm a Florida girl. I do Florida things, and I have to have Floridian culture in my house, except for the racism. We don't do that here in this house. One of my newer plants is the maidenhair fern. I had a maidenhair fern before, but then I gave it to a friend because it was about to be dead. So this time I got a smaller maidenhair, and I'm really hoping I can keep this one alive because I think they're one of my favorite plants. And last, but certainly not least, another plant that I repurchased after I killed the first version. I love coleus plants. They're like baby trees. How could you not want a baby tree in your house? The colors are so vibrant. Absolutely love it. Now with that, we will go back to Yama on the couch. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed. Which was your favorite plant? Oh my God, me too. Just kidding. I'm a plant mother and I treat all my plants equally with love and affection, and I water them and care for them the same exact way. And I know you guys can hear me. So I want you all to be clear on that. But seriously, I would really like to thank you guys for watching. Please feel free to leave comments and suggestions of how I can better take care of my plants. You never know who you're helping out in the comments. I know there's a lot of people who don't necessarily have as green of a thumb that would love to get into plant care. So yeah, like, subscribe, share, follow me on all the socials. Sending all the positive energy your way. Cue outro.
It's our set.